Hey guys. Hey guys. Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I hope you're doing lovely. Hey Shiraka King Black. Peace. 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 How are you? How's everything? Hey, Life of Nicole Marie and Gary. A provisional member, Gary, is in the building. Ooh, we have a member. We have a member. And it's sexy too much for you, Coleman. How you doing? Good to see you. I hope everybody's having a good day. Comment and let me know how your day was. Whether it was good, bad, ugly, just talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Um, Welcome to another episode of Hello World. And Hello World is all about talking about everything and anything and possibly nothing at all. And the idea is for humanity to become cohesive, maybe once again, right? Because none of us were back way then when things might have been different. Thought processes might have been different. And when I say thought processes, it was probably more so about familia, la familia, family, all of those things. That was what wealth was based on. How many children you have, how much lineage do you have? We got to get back to it, guys. Yes, I did. Guess what? It was good, Joy. Yes. I'm glad. Hey, Tipsy, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm going to tell y'all how my day was. Sexy, you deserve it because you've been going through it for a while. Gary's doing good. He had physical therapy today. He's moving in the right direction. Yes. Everybody needs someone like you around that knows a lot more than what is presented to us, Nicole. I told you that already. So definitely cool. How was your day, Tiff? I hope you had a good one. Tell us how it was in the chat. And while you guys are discussing that, I have to run down all of the little particulars that Be the Difference has. So tomorrow, I'll be premiering a challenge that Mama McCrazy's challenged me like months ago to do. But of course, I just did it now. The video will explain what happened. So you definitely have to be there for that. It's at 2:30, so you can feel free to set your reminders either now or at the end of this live. I'll remind you again. Then tomorrow evening at 7:30, we're gonna have It's Wanston, yes, honey, on Hello World. It's his first interview ever online, so that's dope. Um, and then also we have, if you look in the description of this chat and any chat more recently, you will see that I started a new program. It's listening sessions with Joy. So basically, if you just want somebody to call up and just listen to what you have to say, maybe not even speak, I'm your girl. You can book a session by going to Be the Difference LLC at gmail.com or texting 201 540 9104. That is the cell phone number of mine. So you can definitely do those two options. Also, if you like my books and you prefer to hear them audibly, you can go to down in the description. There's audio versions. They are very inexpensive, guys. It's less than $5. And I think all of us can afford $5. Okay. So go and get you a copy. 3 of my books on audio version. So you got your girl narrating. It's these 3 books. These 3 books, all on audio version, just for you to listen to and go to sleep to, maybe even rest and pick up, maybe think a little harder instead of reading. And you never know, there are people who have difficulty with reading. So I will talk you through the whole book. They're all inspirational quotes, very easy reads, but packed with a lot of thinking critically. So you can do that. And if you want to shop some inspirational apparel, you can get socks, onesies, hoodies, tank tops, t-shirts, mm, copies of paperbacks, and a ringtone. You can go to beatthedifferencellc.com and shop. Right now, there is a promotion that will be running for a little bit. It's holiday 25 at checkout, 25% off your entire order. That's good. So take advantage of that. Ooh, hey J Dog. J Dog in his house. We have a member. We have a member. And it's Brooklyn and my boy who just got his new congratulations to you. And he definitely put that in the chat. Let me see if I can go and pin it. I just pinned his message. So if you need easy access, you can just click on that. Shipping is pretty easy and fast. As long as everything is in stock, you'll get it in a decent amount of time. So let me tell you how my day was. So I woke up this morning. I went to work. Work was different, y'all. Let me tell you, I had the most amazing conversation, and it absolutely opened up so much for me. And it's like my prayers are being answered in so many different areas of my life. And I attribute that to the fact that I've been working on myself and trying to overcome a lot of shortcomings. Like I had too much clutter. And regardless of how balanced you think I am, I had clutter. And I believe because I've done the work or am doing the work continuously, everything that I'm praying for is coming. So, guys, please use that as inspiration for yourselves that when you really do put the time aside to work on you and work on the different things that you may be going through, like not just no quick fix, I'm talking about internally, then you will see the fruits of your labor. The fruits of your labor start with you. The fruits of your labor start with how you treat you. The fruits of your labor start with how you pay attention to detail on you. We like to outwardly look and pay attention to other people's detail and be like, it's lacking here, there, everywhere, and everywhere. Besides, when you get that mirror, you get lost because you've never seen that reflection at all. You've never seen your own reflection the way that you've seen it in other people's. And those pupils start to dilate and say, I don't know what to do. I'm a mess, right? Everybody thinks you're a mess. You think you're a mess. And when I say everybody, I mean you. You think you're a mess because you've never, ever had to face the fear factor that's right in front of you, which is your very being. Are you willing to do the work? Are you afraid? Remember, we're fearless now, right? Guys, I was supposed to go to the gym today, but traffic did different. And I was watching something on YouTube. It was a documentary about homeless children and teenagers. And I was consumed by the fact that there's even a possibility that there are homeless kids. And there were different stories that they were focusing on. And then, of course, they had the sub stories. And it just kind of broke my soul just to know how some of these kids say they don't have anybody to rely on but themselves. And then once the documentary was over, I said there needs to be $1 billion tax. If you have $1 billion or above, you must give 10% to help with the housing of our adolescent homeless population right here in the US. This documentary was had taken place in Chicago. And you know Chicago is already cold as ever. But you got kids who once different shelters reach capacity for the evening, they gotta stand outside in the cold or find something. And like when one of the shelters reached capacity, the girl was like, "Well, where are you going tonight? Where are you staying tonight?" To another homeless young lady. And then they go to school. There's something wrong with this picture, guys. There is something wrong. I don't bash, and I don't knock wealthy people at all because I'm sure they did what they had to do and they are truly deserving of whatever they're acquiring. But at some point, we got to really pay attention to what's coming behind us or before us because these kids that are coming before us are supposed to be making and creating shelters for us when we get older and can no longer fend for ourselves. So I say we need to oppose $1 billion tax law that states you must give 10% of whatever you made that month, whatever you made that month, not even the year, whatever you made that month to help build and construct housing for these people, for these kids. And, it doesn't seem so bad when you're watching it in a documentary because you always see everybody dressed and, they're doing the best that they can. But when the lights go out, when the cameras turn off, this is somebody's everyday life before 18. How do you, I can understand why some people are really messed up because they had to fight for something that they should have been protected, just a general roof over our heads. And then I saw another thing on YouTube. It was a short, how we all need a beating sometimes because I witnessed an infant who was deaf and blind, deaf and blind. But for us who can see with whatever capacity we can see and hear with whatever capacity we can hear, don't utilize time. Already as an infant, your security is based off of the people that are overseeing you because you're not aware of how things are supposed to be, how things are supposed to feel, you know what I'm saying? So you come into a world and you start hearing all these different voices, feeling all these different textures. That alone in itself is probably traumatizing to someone that can't hear or see. Thankfully, the parents love their child unconditionally. And basically the video was the father, like when the baby started crying, the father would comfort him by just, brushing his beard on his chin. But look at how blessed we are. We don't even have to start off with some of the difficulties that other people already have. For the most part, I believe majority of us had some type of shelter. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe not all of us, but it's just something has to be done. We need to get back to the basics of humanity and Just watching that documentary just really put me in even more of a place of like, are we really doing enough? Is there a cap to enough? I don't think so. But to really sit back and have multiple cars for any hour of the day, multiple vacation homes any time of the year, multiple properties all over the globe, but yet we have a couple of souls that can't even get a proper mattress, proper hygiene care. We're not even talking about physicals and proper safety. We got to do better. I hope that my desire is that a billionaire does see this, and maybe you will feel like, oh, yeah, you know what? I should give back a little more. You're not going to be able to spend it in a few lifetimes. You only live one lifetime, if that, 80 years tops. In 80 years, you're not spending $1 billion. You may get through 500 million, but you're not spending $1 billion. So come up off it. And oh, trust me, the way they train up their offspring, they're gonna have the wherewithal to maintain that $1 billion empire and maybe make it triple and double, double and triple. So come up off it. Look at most of us, right? Most of us have little pennies to the dollar on a billionaire. But yeah, we give whatever resource we have, whether it's our time, whether it's our money, whether, whatever way, we still give. It's not enough to help our kids, but for people who have more than enough, they need to be taxed for that. Or they need to do something. Even if they don't feel like they should, there should be a clause. Once you reach a certain amount of dollar amount, we already know you got it. $1, $100,000 ain't gonna hurt you. $500,000 is not gonna hurt you to build a 3-story building, break them up into beds and rooms and an adequate shower, so these kids don't have to worry about where they're gonna sleep, worry about the cold weather, worry about somebody taking their stuff, worrying about getting violated. At least not worry about that. Maybe come home from school and at least know that your shelter is going to be there. All the other emotional things will have to be worked out, but at least you know you're going to have a mattress to sleep on, a sufficient mattress to sleep on, a pillow to sleep on, some blankets to insulate you, even with the Heat. This kid was talking about how his stepfather abused him and how he yelled at him so bad. He said, "If you don't like how my house is, go then leave." And he left at 14. And he said he snuck into a abandoned building just to sleep, but he couldn't sleep good because it was so cold by himself. Now, like since the ending of that, he was doing much better. He had housing, he was working, he wanted to work to get his son back and all that. So he was doing well. But think about others who don't even get the opportunity. He was able to get into a program where they housed 20 teenagers, 20 homeless teenagers, but that's only 20. And the statistics that they were throwing out are way above. So you mean to tell me there's only room for 20? Why can't we do more? We worry about oil. We worry about acquiring masses of land and fighting, but yet we can't save a little space for people who are supposed to be protected by us who are adults or adults in childlike bodies. Hey Buddha, how you doing? Hey Anita. I don't like when children are suffering. That's our future. Exactly. I'm a single parent struggling on the income I make, but I make, but my six-figure managers won't even offer to buy pizza for just one of my several after-school programs. Until that crisis hits them, people don't want to realize that. Maybe they'll see this. Maybe something will prick their hearts to be like, dang, that's not right, because their child could be just like that. Their child can become addicted to a substance, run away from home, and become the homeless that they neglect to see. And then, even in the school, that particular school system, they were giving out bus cards. And the woman at the desk was like, she couldn't believe how many children were in need or didn't have a place to go home. She even said one day she left after school when it was kind of late. And she said that's one of her students, just, where are you going? Where are you walking off to? So I can empathize more now when there are kids who have behavioral problems in school, because they were just probably stressed out. Like, dang, school is almost over. What am I going to eat? Where am I going to sleep? Or when I get home, am I going to get beat? Am I going to get burned? Is somebody going to steal from me? Somebody going to try to sell me? Somebody going to try to rape me? Is somebody going to be home? Do I have to take care of my adult because they're not doing what they're supposed to do? Or do I have to take care of the adult that is sick and has no one else but me to feed them, change them, bathe them? These kids have a lot, but yet there are people who have amassed so much, maybe have 4 kids, and they buy their kids $1 million clothing apparel. You have racks upon racks upon racks of clothing, and you pride yourself that your child has everything that you didn't have. But then yet there are other kids who don't have, who are not going to be lucky enough to come out of the situation like you did and make something better of yourself. Not every story is the same, but every story is that there are people in need and there's lack of resources for those needs. And there shouldn't be lack of resources because there are people who have way more than they could ever spend. So why is there, Tupac was saying it, why is there a lack? There's plenty of money. Why is there a lack? There really shouldn't be a lack. So that's why we're here to change it around. Every single last one of us. Okay, fine, we can't depend on the $1 billion people. But what can we do? Maybe we can listen. Maybe people can pool together $10 each. Maybe like your neighborhood can pool together $10 each. And if you know that there's somebody that's homeless, whether it be a teenager or not, get a motel room for the person for a week. What does the most communities have? Like What, each neighborhood may have a apartment building. If everybody put a little $10 in, that's enough for somebody to have, room and board for maybe at least 3 weeks. Food, maybe there's a little left over for food. You know how they say the commercials, for 10 cents a day, you can feed one child. For $1 a day, you can feed one child. We spend $10 on things before we even touch it. Soon as we wake up, that's $10. You get your breakfast, your coffee, $10 easy. You drive to work, $20. We have it. So if we can't depend on the people who have an amassed a multiple location that we'll never see or may never ever see, we can outdo them. Because you know what? I guarantee you, when somebody who has amassed so much wealth sees other people doing stuff that they could do, they gonna want to jump on and overtake. Let them overtake. Pick up the pieces and do something with it. Hey, Baylin, how you doing? Welcome to Hello World. Good to see you. Ooh, we have a member. We have a member in a swoop like me. There it is. Hey, lady. Hey, Wanston, how you doing? Good to see you. Even Michael Jackson had spoke the truth. He was talking about that too. I never really followed Michael Jackson that much, but he spoke about that. A lot of them are also raising young siblings too. Yes, you got a 14-year-old who not only has to, maybe do one extracurricular activity if they're able to partake or leave it just to take care of a 4-year-old and maybe have more patience than an adult, or maybe not. These gaps need to be closed. And these conversations that we have need to be spoken in all of our lives. For everybody that goes live, this is a conversation worthy of speaking, topics worthy of speaking about. Yeah, we all have our own thing that we like to do, but if we really gonna do something about humanity and really gonna make an impact, we need to talk about these things because maybe some people are not aware. I give that. Maybe some people really are not aware. But if enough people start talking about something, things have to change and things start to be done just by a conversation. So my challenge to people who go live, talk about it. Talk about the need that some of these teenagers have. Homeless teenagers in the United States, that which is we're so big on having so much power, but yet we have a big, huge population of people and tender little children who are homeless, who are hungry. But yet we go to war with other countries and talk about other countries and how much they're poverty stricken. But yet you have somebody in your own great state that makes millions of dollars, generates maybe billions of dollars, and yet you have a homeless population of teenagers that you can't even house or don't want to house. I guess that's the choice of words that we should wonder. Is it a can or won't? Can I or won't I? Talk about it. You never know who's going to watch your live before and after or during. Talk about it. 29, good 30 minutes. Michael Jackson spoke about a lot of things. If you listen to his music and really listen, he had his own way of speaking it. Ooh, okay. You just got to work. Hey, House of X, how you doing? Y'all really want to know what humanity's worth is? Start investing in it. Start paying attention amongst all of the other checklist of things that we need to do, right? Continue to heal and overcome tragedy, traumas, whatever, your own self. Continue to grow, continue to love. We got a lot on our plates already, but a simple conversation can bring about more change than you would know. So, if you are cool with a bunch of neighbors, put $10 aside. Okay, you don't want to do 10, $5. Put $5 aside. Each of y'all. Put $5 aside. Go to a motel or hotel or whatever. Say, I'm putting this on that. We are doing this for this person. Talk to the person, be like, listen, this is your one and only chance that we're going to do this. You ruin this, you on your own. That way they don't damage the room, okay? But just remind yourself, it could be any one of us at any moment in time. All it takes is one health scare or problem, and any one of us can be taken out and become homeless. So, yes, give. Hey, Shelly B, how you doing? Welcome to Hello World. Good to see you. Guys, let me just sum everything up. Tomorrow, come back at 2:30 for my premiere of a challenge that I did. Then at 7:30, come back again. And in Swanston is going to be well, not a member. He's going to be a guest on Hello World. We'll be talking about a few things. So I'm not going to let the cat out the box what we'll be talking about. So definitely come back for that. Come and support him, um, and support Be the Difference as well. Definitely ways that you can support the channel, which will be greatly appreciated, is by telling multiple people about Be the Difference Clothing, shopping Be the Difference Clothing. The link has been pinned. Thank you, Brooklyn, for doing that. Um, what else? If you have a desire or a need to be heard, check out the listening sessions with Joy. You can book your session. It's an hour session where you can talk about whatever you need to talk about, whatever you want to talk about. And if you need me to talk back to you, I will. But you guys already know my heart is for humanity. And then you got audiobooks. I think that's about it. But you're beautiful and amazing. There is no mistake about you. Keep on working on these traumas that you've gone through in life, good, bad, even whether it's past, present, but whatever comes to heart is what you need to work on the most. Because when you get over that hump or those humps, man, doors will open that not even you would have imagined could be possible. Start visioning, working on those visions and definitely goals. If you haven't seen someone in your chat in a while and you know they used to be there often, go check on them. I just started thinking about Silly Mama. I reached out to her a while ago. I didn't hear anything back. So if any of you know Silly Mama, Go and reach out to her. Let her, and if you get a hold of her, just let her know I said hello and I was thinking about her too. But no one left behind. No one left behind. I appreciate you guys for being here. Hey, 755 Media. Welcome to Hello World. Hey, Wellness with Frugal Mama. Welcome. How about you? Everybody's talking to each other. But whatever you do, guys, with the rest of your evening, your morning, or your night, please consider being the difference. Please consider if you do go live, I challenge you to talk about our homeless situation, however you want to discuss it. But you never know whose ears you might reach that can reach way more ears than you. So let's keep the conversation going and remember what it was when you were a teenager if you didn't have to even deal with that. It was already hard enough trying to make plans to go to the movies or go to the mall or even have friends battling your hygiene. But imagine if your only battle was to figure out where you're going to put your head at night and what you're going to eat, how much you're going to eat, or how hungry you already are, and how you don't even have the necessary tools to do your homework. And how everybody keeps on saying you stink, talks about you, don't want to be your friend, but they don't know what you got to deal with after school. But the majority of us were blessed to not even have to have that as an afterthought or a forethought or even a thought at all. We got to do more. My name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, and I am signing out on another episode of Hello